Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Shop and Cook with the Doc. That's me, Akil Taher. What we are going to cook today is a Portobello Florentine. And we have the grilled Portobello mushrooms, which will be served with wilted spinach and with a sauce that is the cauliflower hollandaise sauce, which is made out of cauliflower. This is an alternative to what everyone has heard about is eggs Florentine. We again don't use any oil, uh, very little salt, and no added sugar. So first, let me tell you about the ingredients. What we have over here is the cauliflower, which is about, I believe, 2 cups of cauliflower. That is about half a head of a cauliflower head. And then we have about a quarter of a cup of low sodium vegetable broth. We have about a quarter of a lemon that we'll squeeze in. And we do not have the cayenne pepper, so I'm using a little bit of sriracha seasoning, just a pinch. And we have a pound of spinach. It can be baby spinach or the regular spinach. And finally, we have the grilled portobello mushrooms for grilling, but I'm not going to grill it out. So we are going to bake it in the oven. So let me show you the portobello mushrooms. These are your portobello mushrooms. If you can see these, there are 4 large ones. And so let's talk about what we do first. We first marinate the mushrooms. Now, ideally, you should use garlic and ginger, but I didn't have that in my pantry today. So I am using the powders. So I'm using a ginger powder, garlic powder, and and then instead of the soy, I'm using the liquid aminos, which does not have that much salt in it. And it has a great flavor too. So we do that, and then I use a little balsamic vinegar on top. Now, once it is baked in the final stages, people use a little barbecue sauce. But because my barbecue sauce is a honey barbecue sauce with added sugars, I'm not going to use that. But you all can use it at home. So I put this back again into the oven. So what do we do first? The Hollandaise sauce made out of cauliflower. So we take the cauliflower that we just talked about and go up over here. And now I will put the cauliflower in here. And then I shall use the broth that we talked about, just about a cup, and then squeeze a lemon in it. It's about 2 teaspoonfuls of lemon should do it. That's, I believe, is good enough. And then finally, what we do is let's take a little bit, not too much, just a little bit of the sriracha. I think that should be good enough. And some people, if you like it hot, then you can do that, put a little more sriracha. Now, let's turn the heat on high, and let it come to a boil. In the meantime, what we can do is we can keep this on a boil so that and the cauliflower should be able to be soft. and nice. In the meantime, let us start the mushrooms. So what we are going to do is let's put it to the bake on it, and let's do the time about 15 minutes. So there goes your mushrooms. And now what we do is the spinach, which is over here, which will take very little time. So I put the spinach in here, and that we can wait till the end because this won't take too much time. All right. So let's have a look at this. Let it boil and let the cauliflower soften, and let the mushrooms be done in the meantime. So what I would like to say is that you don't need elaborate preparations for this dish. This is simple. All you have to do is get that sauce proper, and you can change what you want to. If you want to put a little more, say, you want to add something like pepper or salt or garlic, oregano, you can. It depends on what you like. But generally speaking, I have only added the lemon juice and the sriracha. I'm not adding salt and pepper right now because we'll be adding it to the spinach. So let's look at where we are over here. Yes, it's being done. That should take a little time, about 10 minutes or so. And then what we will do is we'll puree the mixture. And for that, I will be using a blender, which is a handheld blender, which for making the sauce. Or if you don't have that, then you can transfer it into a blender, the Vitamix blender, and do that and puree and make it creamy. So for the spinach, just about 1/4 cup of water. We'll cook it covered or medium heat till the spinach wilts. So I'm going to start that on right now. Let's look what our cauliflower is doing. Let me have a look. Let me have a look at the. Oh boy, they're pretty much on a high flame. So try to keep it on a medium flame, not a high flame. It's not burnt yet, but it's almost about to be uh, possibly burnt, but it's not. So we have our cauliflower now almost cooked and nice and soft. So we can now let it remain for on a medium flame for another minute or so, and then we shall use the blender. Okay, let's now put that off. Take my blender from here and let's start. So this is my handheld blender, which I shall do it. Patience is the name of the game. You have to have patience in this so that you can really mash it and it turns into a sauce. All right. So we'll scrape the things in here. Let's try a little bit more. This is done. The spinach is done. All right. So we'll just let this be over here. We got the wilted spinach. I put that off. And our mushrooms are getting ready in about, I guess, in about half a minute. So that looks good. And let's put this into a pan. The sauce that we have made, which is a cauliflower hollandaise. And our mushrooms are done now. So let's put this away. We got our spinach is done. And so now let's look at our mushrooms. Let's take our mushrooms out, but before that, let me put all this away and let us have the mushrooms out. Excellent. These are the mushrooms. Looks great, isn't it? Now what we are going to do is we're going to place this each mushroom on a plate. We'll just use two for the time being and see how it looks. So let's take a mushroom and put it on a plate. And we shall take the wilted spinach, put that over there, and take the sauce and put it over on here. So this is the finished product, which is over here.